You a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point you may need it, 813-750-0550. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, and 813-750-0550. And consumerqb.com is the website. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors, our previous shows, and lots of great content on the website. Links over to Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty as well, all from consumerqb.com. And we want to help you win in any marketplace, as we always say, and we talk about real estate a lot on the show. So we want to let you know about a couple of our hot listings that we've got right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We've got a property at 1010 Bay Esplanade. This is on Clearwater Beach. It's on the north side of the beach. Millionaire's Rose, just a beautiful property right here, available as a rental as well. You have two different properties, 3151 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, sun deck on the 3rd story. So you got beautiful views of the Gulf of Mexico and the intercoastal waterways. And you also have a private apartment with a separate entrance. So you have a great opportunity as well with a private apartment right in beautiful Clearwater Beach. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Somewhere sunny and 75. And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving. The official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brothers Easy Moving. And they do such a great job with our real estate moves. They moved my family personally. So I say from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. They did a great job with our move to our new lake house. Highly recommend Gary Thacker and his team over at Brothers Easy Moving. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got our friend Manny Febre back in studio. Febre Frameworks, welcome back.
How's it going, Brandon? Good to be here, and super excited about our Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, really awesome. Did you catch that party on the water?
Yeah, I caught it. It looked like it was a lot of fun, but it looked like Tom Brady forgot how it was to be on a boat, drink alcohol in that sun.
Did he? I didn't see much of it.
Yeah, no, he was pretty toasty at the end of it. They had to kind of help him up, walking off the boat. So he had a good time, but I'm proud of the boys. Been a long time Tampa Bay Bucs fan, and to see that and how we did it in that fashion, feeling good.
Yeah, USF Bulls on that team, or Bull for sure, though. Jason Paul Pierre.
Yeah, JPP, man, he's a monster.
I don't know if there's any other ones. And James would know if there were, but I'm not sure if there are any. There are? There's several?
There's several.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
John's. Yeah, he caught me off guard there. But yeah, so really cool for Tampa Bay. You got the baseball team doing well, the hockey team. And, man, the real estate market's hot.
I know.
Everything's rocking and rolling right now.
I mean, right now, as soon as you post your house on the MLS, it's gone. Like, you got 50 offers. Everybody wants in, man.
Yeah, it's such a low
inventory.
Low inventory, high absorption rate.
Yeah.
Just a crazy market right now. And it's an interesting time, too, because I think so many people they're looking for investment opportunity. You look at the stock market, and they say, oh, wow, it looks like the stock market's doing well. But really, there's so much printing of money, the Federal Reserve printing money and stock buybacks and corporate debt. Yeah. It's like a house of cards waiting to fall.
Yeah, it looks like, there could be a change as a global currency, with Bitcoin and a lot of MasterCard and Visa announcing that they're going to go ahead and take that as payment. So you're seeing a little bit of a shift with all this printing. It's really affecting everything and inflation. And then, with the $15 an hour wage possibly going up, it's only going to make everything expensive and maybe even lose more jobs. When you go to McDonald's, you're going to expect to be on a touchscreen ordering your food with no personalized person talking to you.
Yep, that's right.
So,
and they're going to push a lot of small businesses out. Walmart's going to win because they can just pay their executives a couple $1 million less a year, whatever that ends up being. And it's really sad. The hospitality industry is going to lose.
Yeah.
The hospitality and recreation is one of the main industries that got hit by COVID in the first place, and now the $15
minimum
wage raise is going to really hurt.
I know they're just going to have to. It's going to be all machines at this point.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Autonomous drivers for the vehicles.
Yeah, they're trying to work there's going to be no humans to interaction. I mean,
work from home.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these tech companies, work from home.
Yeah.
You know, you can pick one day at the office, couple days at home. Interesting stuff happening out there. What's happening here locally in Tampa Bay for Febre Frameworks?
Right now, I mean, we're going to go ahead and expand out to Melbourne and Palm Bay. We just keep getting like calls. We're doing really good now in Miami and Naples, Fort Myers. We're really seeing like a pickup in business. And Melbourne and Palm Bay seems like the new hot market. Palm Bay's got one of the highest median price points in the Florida area. So we're really excited to be out there. And other than that, we're probably going to go to Atlanta, Georgia next because it looks like a lot of the film industry are moving from California over to our side of town, and they're starting to build a lot more film studios over there in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're looking to get in too. There are going to be a lot of people moving over there.
That's cool, man.
So
yeah, lots of opportunity for growth. The East Coast is such a great opportunity as well.
Yeah,
and you look at the ability with a virtual ward, Matterport.
Yeah.
People want to be able to shop from out of state. You're seeing a lot of that.
But you know what's crazy, Brandon? Right now, it seems like, Matterport was becoming a really popular thing with the virtual. But now it seems like since everybody wants to move to Tampa, just posting whatever photos, just photos by itself is doing the job right now for a lot of people. It's just photos and that's it. And then it's gone in a day. So. And
the Matterport is definitely for a more sophisticated buyer, bigger home, more rooms, more level changes.
Exactly. And then also like you mentioned, the out-of-state buyers, it's great for them to get a feel of the home so they don't have to, get a plane ticket, travel over here, look at the house. They get a feel for it. And right now we're even doing the outside areas because Matterport had a limitation on where you could do the actual scans. And it used to be just in the interior, but now they're having us where we're okay with doing the exterior. So now you're able to see the front yard, the backyard, and walk around just like Google Street. So it's becoming, they're adding a lot more platforms, but Matterport themselves, they have a monopoly going around because there's nobody else that can compete with them. So one thing I have noticed is that they're able to put a price on whatever they want. Yeah,
just what we need, another tech monopoly.
Monopoly.
Right? Yeah.
So it's a little, discouraging kind of seeing, where they can just put a price on anything and you really have to just feed into it because that's what makes your business valuable. And it stinks a little bit, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do to keep it rolling.
So there's not a competitor or direct competitor to Matterport?
No, they basically, they have the whole market share. There are similar ones, but nothing like Matterport where you can actually measure walls, add different levels. They're really basic, and also the quality isn't as good. So overall, we're going to have to stick with them. So
yeah. If you just joined us, we're talking with Manny Febre. He's an owner of Febre Frameworks along with his brother Sean, and they've got a great team over there. They got a great model. They include the free aerial drone photography with every shoot.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is, Brandon, is even with free drone aerials, I still have everybody trying to work me down on the price. They're like, can you go any cheaper? I was like, if I go any cheaper, I'm going to have to turn off my lights, Because, a lot of the companies out there, they charge you for aerial drones. They charge you for amenities. They charge you for reshoots and all that stuff. And we're just we're a team that doesn't charge you, like, we don't charge for rescheduling. You could, if you, we know how the real estate market works, dealing with the sellers. They're always changing their mind, or whatever it is. So we work with you guys to make sure that you get the best products. You're happy with it. We have 228 Google reviews. We're excited about the growth in our business, and we just launched a new website, new customer portal to make it easy. The automation that we're creating, where it's pretty much seamless. We just really enjoy our craft, and we're just trying to make it the best we can. And 2016 is when the drone licenses, became affordable, and we're still kind of making sure that we can build off of that and make our business better and better every day.
You got some beautiful pictures on the website as well.
And we actually did we did a little bit of flying, away from downtown, but we got some of the parade with the drone, and we're going to put a little video together with the Bucks parade, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we got a lot of the buildings that they had all the posters or the banners.
Yep.
We got a lot of photos of like NBC Suites that had the Super Bowl banner, and the Skype building too. So yeah, it's an exciting time to be in real estate and just to live in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also do more than just real estate as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, one of the biggest businesses that have been picking up are the headshots. The headshots right now are really picking up. It's crazy. We get realtors that don't even know that we're a real estate photography company. They're just like, oh, yeah, I was looking online and I saw you guys did headshots. And then we kind of, pitch them the real estate. And then they become a lifelong customer with the headshot. So we're really excited with that business. We're starting to think that we can do like a mobile headshot where we could, get a permit from the city and go downtown and maybe, set up and take some headshots of people walking by, maybe on their lunch break or, things like that. And then also our weddings, we're doing well with that. We have a lot more weddings picking up now that the, COVID is kind of easing up, at least here in Florida. And then with food photography, we have, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, where they're large, companies that the content really sells people on their food when they're sitting on the couch there and they're like, man, what am I going to eat today? It's Saturday. I don't feel like going anywhere. A lot of these restaurants don't have any content as far as their food. And, for me, when I go on Uber Eats and I look at the food, I'm like, oh, well, this is what I want to get because I can see a picture of it. But when you just see a list of ingredients or whatever it's is on there, it's tough to imagine what you're going to end up receiving.
Right.
So it's been a really growing business for us, and we're trying to do during the seasonal areas like Christmas and November. We want to start doing some family portraits. We got a lot of inquiries about that. A lot of people were like, hey, if you set up a couple Christmas trees, a nice little background, we can come take a picture, and then we can create little postcards for them to send out to all their families and stuff.
There you go. Sean could be Santa Claus.
Yeah, that would be my job.
That would be your job.
Except I got to get this thing white. But
there you go.
We're just trying to be creative. We noticed the pattern in our business cycle, and we're just trying to pick up where it dips a little bit and try to replace it with some other photography that we can do.
That's right. The easy button of real estate photography.
That's right. The easy button.
There you go. I like it. Let's take a quick break here. More with Manny Febre coming up as well. Chris Robinson in the house. And Chris is a wealth of knowledge around real estate, investing, real estate, renovation type deals. And he owns a company called About Face Cabinetry. So we're going to dive deeper into that. And we'll be right back after this short break. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there on Facebook. Of course, Brandon Rhymes PA on Facebook as well. And we'll be right back after this short break.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, Real Estate Quarterback Show, and talking about the Pinellas County update. Here's the updated residential listings and sales for Pinellas County. At the end of December 2020, the latest statistics from the GTAR, the Real Estate Board, we have over 2,985 properties available for sale at the end of December 2020. Now, out of those 2,985 properties, 2,107 sold. So we're up 172 sales. That's plus 8.9%. So the inventory is down, sales are up, and it's a great market to be in. You had 2,107 sold, divided by the number amount of listed, it's a 71% absorption rate. And if you divide that out, that gives you a 1.41 month supply of inventory, meaning it's a strong seller's market. So we would love to talk to you if you're thinking about listing a property. We help sellers maximize the exposure on the sale of their real estate properties by featuring them on our show. Give us a call, 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550 and check out consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb.com. Thanks so much. Make it a great day, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock drive time on AM 860 The Answer.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. We help you win in your real estate deals. We're a top 1% ranked real estate team, so that means there's 25,000 realtors in Tampa Bay. My wife Lindsay and I are in the top 1%. That's a top 500 ranked realtor team right here in Tampa Bay. So we'd love to help you if you're buying, selling, or investing. And we also feature our real estate listings live on air on the show. And we've got some really awesome specials right now for listing clients because the inventory is so low. So reach out. We'd love to talk to you right here in Tampa Bay. 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. And 1813 East Knollwood is a Tampa property. It's in the Seminole Heights area, close to downtown. Great opportunity to own real estate. Completely renovated home right here in Tampa Bay. 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, almost 1,300 square feet. Got a carport, fenced-in backyard in the Seminole Heights neighborhood, newly renovated, and a great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And also, we have a property on the river in Newport Richey, 6128 Oak Ridge Avenue, Newport Richey. And this is another full acre waterfront property right here in Tampa Bay. You've got bay access. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis, enjoy that Florida lifestyle. The property does need some renovation on the inside, potentially just to update it. But it's 4131 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, waterfront bay access home right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, Florida. You hear Clyde Smith calling in with beach updates for us, and he does a great job over there at the Treasure Island. It's the Bilmar Beach Resort. Beautiful property, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant on site, 2 pools, beautiful beaches, 90% of the rooms overlooking the beach. Check them out online, book direct. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers and incentives. Bilmar Beach Resort, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, Manny's back in the house. We got Manny Febre Frameworks. What else do you think is topical right now? You know, there's a lot of geopolitical stuff happening. There's things happening, good stuff happening in Tampa Bay, business, entrepreneurship, and what else you want to talk about today, bud?
Yeah, so the biggest thing here is, the small businesses definitely got hit hard with the pandemic. So what we're doing right now is we're doing promos for businesses, and we're doing them at a really affordable price. And we make like graphics and with their logos and stuff, and we want to help them promote. And a lot of people charge so much money for videography and creating videos and content, and we've always been an affordable company. So what we're really doing is working locally with a lot of our restaurant partners and different small businesses and creating small promo videos for them in order for them to use it for social media so they can get more customers and be able to expand their business and maybe jump the revenue back up to where it used to be or at least close to that. And, we did one for McAllister's Deli over in the Carewood area, and they loved it, and they were able to pitch it, and they got busy. So it's good to see, the restaurants pick back up, especially after everything that happened. So I'm really happy to see that. And we're really just trying to expand, throughout Florida and really just bring affordable photography and be the easy button for all the realtors. But a lot of the hotels that when I go on Priceline and things of that sort, I'm just thinking that these hotels could actually use the Matterport, because if all they have to do is do a Matterport for two of their rooms, they could use it forever, and they can attract people by being able to see the whole room instead of just a picture. So, I mean, hotels, we did one for Marriott, I think in Clearwater Beach, and it really helped them out. It was a pre-construction video kind of showing the surrounding area. I think they were pitching it to the board or something like that, and we helped them out and did a great video. We got a lot of videos on Vimeo. If you look up Febre Frameworks, I don't know how many we have on there, but we have an abundance of them. A lot of cool houses and things of that sort. So we're always trying to, get creative and do fun stuff. And we're looking to get really involved with the community now and really help out other small business owners that are trying to, start a business and kind of guide them and see what we can do to help them out with their content and their videos. Because we're seeing a big pickup on videos just because social media is so mainstream and so many people go on it that the videos are coming out to be really a big thing going on right now.
Yeah,
So,
the video walkthroughs are huge.
Yeah.
The social media side, and then also, people forget every time you put a video on YouTube, that's on there almost forever unless you take it down.
Yeah.
So that's helping your search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Your YouTube video marketing is key, and then you put it up there, and then even if you run PPC ads, pay-per-click ads, it all works together.
Yeah, well, we're seeing a lot more of the realtors nowadays. They want to kind of make it a reality show, so they're like getting out of the car, taking off their glasses, and we put them in slow-mo. So what I'm seeing is a lot more demand for these HD TV kind of video walkthroughs where, the realtor comes in and they kind of walk you through the house, and they'll tell you, hey, this room right here with fantastic views. And it seems to be where it's more social media than anything, maybe, because I don't think you're allowed to have branded videos on the MLS. So it's working really well for them on social media. I mean, it seems like a lot of stuff now is all for social media.
Yeah. We're talking with Manny Febre, owner of Febre Frameworks right here in Tampa Bay. Local company. Again, we always talk about supporting the local economy right here in Tampa Bay. Manny Febre, Febre Frameworks. Final thoughts, parting words of wisdom.
Just remember, when you're selling a house, it's not an art contest. It's about presenting the house in a better way than you would with your phone. So when you do get your photos, it's going to sell the house. It's going to speak for itself. And that's all you really need. There's not much to it when it comes to presenting the properties. Just make sure you have professional photography and don't take the photos yourself. And I'll tell you something, you'll see the days on market be less.
Yeah, they'll reduce quickly.
Yeah.
And then you can also get up to 100 pictures now on MLS.
Yeah, that's
a lot.
It's good for you guys, but for us, they're like, hey, I can get 100, and we're like, we always over deliver. So even when we say we give you a minimum of 35, I mean, we're giving you 60, 70 photos, but 100 is a little bit.
Sometimes I'll just take extra ones of like up close on the water heater. Just add those in because people. Oh, what year's the water heater? Boom, right there. Look at that picture.
That's a good idea.
Just and that's a cell phone picture because that's not it's not as important as being professionally edited.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, you have the AC units that are important, the roofs are important.
Yep.
The
electrical
water
box.
heater, electrical box, water heater, and all that stuff. So those are all things that a lot of buyers are looking at now. I mean, if you have all those brand new, you pretty much have a brand new house there.
That's right. Yep.
So,
and you put it all online. You are able to market the property. You're able to share it all over the place, get a lot of looks, broadcast, email it out to your database, your list. And that's some of the marketing tips from Manny Febre right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show.
Awesome, man.
Yes, sir. Say hello to Sean and Jeanette. You got a great team. Talk a little bit about your team. We got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, we've been having we haven't had any turnover in a while. I mean, it's been a good solid 2 years where we've had a really good team, and I think that's just us as business owners really finding out our structure and refining it over and over again, and that goes for the customers and our employees. And I think overall we're being very beneficial to them because they're able to do something that they love to do, and they don't have to necessarily sit in a cubicle and
that's right
and do computer work all day.
Good stuff for Febre Frameworks. Also, shout out to Heights Pressure Wash, Ramin Kazami. He does a lot of the pressure washing as well before we take our shots of our properties. Heights Pressure Wash, Ramin Kazami. He's one of our expert contributors. You can find him on the website, consumerqb.com. Coming up, Chris Robinson. He's a real estate expert about face cabinetry, and we'll be right back with another great episode of some content here on about face cabinetry and how you can maximize your real estate investments. Stay Stay with us.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Brandon, we all set? Yeah, sure.
Check 1, 2.
Yep, sounds good.
Chris, give me the half as it costs.
All right, perfect. Everybody stand by. All right, stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, back here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. Couple of hot listings here from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Waters Avenue, I got vacant land galore. I've got 12 to 15 vacant land pieces of property and parcels of land right here. But in Tampa Bay, we got 0.44 acres, 95 feet along waters, 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day, and this is a mixed-use zoned property right here in Tampa Bay. It's 2 streets east of Florida Avenue, close to the I-275 intersection at Waters Avenue and Bird. 304 East Waters Avenue in Tampa. Vacant land available right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Also, 1401 Seminole Boulevard is a vacant piece of land, commercial property, 0.82 acres, 1401 Seminole Boulevard right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Pinellas County. Corner lot, great opportunity, owners motivated. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got our friend Chris Robinson back in studio. Welcome back, my friend.
All right, glad to be back.
About face cabinetry.
It's all about the face.
That's right.
And it's half the cost, half the time, half the mess.
And when you look at real estate and some of these properties that sit on the market we've talked about before, I mean, it really is. It's the kitchen, it's the baths. I mean, it's that's the heart of the home.
That's the heart of the home, yeah. And in fact, I would hope we could drive most of our listeners to get a consult with us before they start to list or before they actually start to renovate and see what we could do and just really broadcast some ideas. We have tons of ideas to save money. That's what it's really all about. At the end of the day, it's save money. How can we get it done in half the cost, time, and mess? Because it's all about time. Days on market means doom to us who are in the real estate business. Right. It's a one of those things that it just kills us. Even in the seller's market, people are not going to want to still spend the kind of money you want if that thing is not where it needs to be, because in their head they're thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be 10,000, 30,000, whatever, and it's just not going to move as fast. And you'll have to take a lower price for it.
And Chris, your background too is you did a lot of real estate investing. So I got a clip I want to play here. One of my favorite conservative podcasters, talk show host, Charlie Kirk. I think he's number 3 or 4 now nationwide. Charlie. He does a great job. Check out this clip because let me preface here that it says, a lot of times people are looking for where to invest. Like you hear all this crypto stuff, and then you hear about the different apps online, Robinhood, all these different things. People are, they're looking for alternative opportunities. Sure. But listen to what his take is on this. This is a clip from Charlie Kirk.
Invest in products that will be able to survive inflationary pressures. Land. If you're in an area where property values are going up, the equity you have in your home is going to be well protected. It's going to do well. Land will go up in value. Currencies, gold, silver. This is beyond politics. And let me be very clear, both political parties are to blame for this.
Yeah, so both parties, that we could, we can blame both sides, but
absolutely.
Gold, silver, currencies, precious metals, even like lithium when it comes into batteries and, all these cell phones and the big producers. And unfortunately, China is kind of 65% market share holder on batteries. But inflation, to hedge against inflation, he's saying invest in land, invest in real estate.
That's right. And in fact, we encourage our clients to remember that every dollar that they do spend, you're putting it in your largest investment. You're putting it into an investment, and it should have return on it.
Yes.
In fact, with our experience, we like to actually share with the client how that could come back to you with numerous stories of success where we have taken that idea, okay, that kitchen's going to cost $30,000, and it really only cost maybe $3,000 to get it to where it was marketable.
Yeah.
So, and we're not talking a paint job either. We're talking about something that is tangible and real and also comes with a lifetime warranty. The best part about where we're at as we have the experience and knowledge to bring to our clients is really that investment period, you should be, in our business, you should be making money off of what we provide for you. And I'll go back a little bit as we're talking more philosophical and about land and investments and things like that. And Charlie makes a great point. And that is that with land and with property, people are always going to need food. Mm-hmm. They're always going to need shelter.
Yep.
They're always going to need those basic essentials for that. And housing is always going to be one of them. And when you've got north of 700 families moving to Florida a day,
yep,
per day, which is what's happening. If look around, take a look at all the license tags.
Yep.
I'm seeing one from Oregon today.
Yep.
Just on the drive in, I'm seeing a lot of New York. I'm seeing Ohio. I'm seeing Michigan. Now, a lot of these are snowbirders, but they're normally have already been here since the fall of last year. So I'm starting to see a lot more as we're getting into this Florida spring. But my great-grandfather told me at the family once, and he didn't tell me this personally. I got it from my mother.
Yeah.
That, listen, invest in real estate. Because if anything ever happened, you can grow food on it.
Yes.
And it's always going to be a hedge against inflation. Always. Right. In fact, if you think about it, the real estate market is really a brand new market because nobody was buying and selling real estate on the average consumer side of things until after World War II. When the GIs came home, this is where the term subdivision comes from.
Yes, that's right.
And then developers would come in. Well, where are we going to house all these people coming back from war?
Yeah.
And so there was a documentary done on that on the History Channel, and it kind of just showed where now there's developments where all the houses look the same.
Yep.
But if you go back to the neighborhood I grew up in, which is in Sulphur Springs, you go back there, that was platted in 1910. I have the original plat hanging on the office in my wall.
Wow.
In my wall
now
in the
explain
office.
plat. What is a plat?
So a plat is where it shows every lot, every block, every street. And I have that 1910 plat on my wall from Josiah Richardson, who was the founder, really, of Sulphur Springs at that time.
Wow.
And how he had platted and lotted out all of those lots in there. And my great-grandfather was selling those lots in his hardware store.
Wow.
Right there on the corner of River Cove and Nebraska.
Wow.
And he had a hardware store right there. And what he would say was that, listen, if you're going to invest in anything, invest in land.
Yeah.
And so when you go into Sulphur Springs, you might see a house from 1922. You might see a house from 2002, but you've never seen anything that was the same.
Yeah.
In fact, my grandparents that grew up on Mulberry Street, they bought a home from Sears.
I sold a house on the Mulberry.
Oh, yeah, 1422 Mulberry Drive. Well, that street, and when my grandparents were married, they went ahead and bought the lot, and then they bought the house from Sears and had Sears come out and build it on that lot for them.
Wow.
So this was before World War II.
That's a craftsman, Sears craftsman.
Exactly. So a craftsman house, Sears craftsman.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
as their family grew, when my mother came along, they added on another bedroom.
Yep.
And then they added on another bedroom. So what you're seeing in Sulphur Springs is kind of a snapshot in history that has never happened before because we've never had a market. And what is it about every market that we ever have? There's always going to be a correction. Because you guys all remember 2006, 2007, when we were getting $200,000 for a house that we only paid $75,000 for, or $80,000 for. We all remember those days. And then what happened in 2008? We had a huge correction, and a lot of that had to do with subprime lending and all of those things that I was actually a part of as an investor. So what happened was it had a correction. Every market is going to have a correction. So if you think about it, we've had a market since pretty much post-World War II, 1950s. And it's had its first correction. Is it heading for another correction? Could be. However, while we're here, if we're thinking about investing, do like Charlie says. If you've got a raw piece of land that you can invest on, see if you can't put your money into that.
Yeah, exactly.
See if you can't build onto that.
Yeah.
Find yourself a builder who might be able to build you a new house on that and rent the house that you're currently in.
Yeah, especially, I was looking at one up in North Florida. It was close to Cedar Key. It was close to a river where you could dock a boat into the river, so you had some farmland, hunting land. It had some wetlands on it, yes, but it was still, I think it was like 27 acres for $73,000. I mean, the payment on that would be, if you do a 30-year note or even on a 20,
even a 20-year note,
it's a super low payment on that.
$200 a month, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. You hold on to that for a while, and who knows, maybe you might need to go farm it and hunt it in the near future. I mean, because you look at the food supply, you look at Bill Gates buying up all the arable land, #1 farming owner now, or land owner. So there's a lot of things happening in the real estate. Investing in land. I also think about my bio dad. He was in the 80s. He was selling Port Charlotte lots down for General Development Corporation. And it said the young
Port Charlotte, that was not a popular place at all.
Yeah.
Who was down there? Nobody was in Charlotte County. So now
Port Charlotte County.
Now we know. It's a hot spot.
Beautiful piece of Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, it's very similar. But the lots were like, I think it was 10 or 15,000, maybe 5,000 for interior lots. And they were just, unbelievable time back then.
Like this particular lot that you just posted up there on Bird Street.
Yeah.
we know that something's going to happen in Sulphur Springs pretty soon. We know Bob Buckhorn started it. Yep. We know that possibly Mayor Castor is going to continue it, and they're actually building affordable homes inside of Sulphur Springs. I assume Sulphur Springs within the next 10 years, because it's now the lowest point of being able to get into investment.
Right.
So you have a lot more lower prices of property to get in there to be able to beautify that. If you can remember, and of course I'm sixth generation in Tampa, right?
Yep.
So we go back to the 1840s before Tampa really was Tampa. It was Fort Brooke. That's how old we go back. But anyway, when you go back to this, the city of Tampa, if you can remember back in the 80s, anywhere in Hyde Park and along Bayshore Drive, down Dakota Street and up along where we're seeing, right there in Hyde Park.
Yep.
That was a place you did not want to go after 9 o'clock at night.
Really?
It was crime-ridden. It was dangerous. You just did not go there. Now, you go there today, where that stuff is going for $350 a square foot and up, anywhere around that Bayshore area there.
Exactly.
It's amazing what 20 years, 25 years, in my case, because when it was back in the early 90s,
right,
it was just starting to, people were revitalizing these old houses.
That's right.
And so most of those houses were built in the late 20s, built right after the hurricane.
Yep.
So those areas and pockets of areas are, especially like Town and Country.
Yeah.
Town and Country is going to be a more of an investor-driven area, and along with that. So as your listeners are listening, I hope they would want to look into real estate investment, and definitely call Brandon at the MVP Platinum Realty and see if we can find you a property for that. And then call About Face Cabinetry and aboutfacecabinetry.com and have us come in and look at it and see what we could do for your kitchens, for your baths, and really try to save you a few bucks.
Creative ways, the marble, the granites, all the cool stuff as well. Chris Robinson, About Face Cabinetry, Brandon Rhymes here. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more insights as well. I want to let you know about a YouTube video as well. Chris and I just did about a week ago. It's on YouTube. It's I forgot the exact title of it, but it's a real estate overtime. So the Consumer Quarterback Show Overtime with Chris Robinson. So if you type that into YouTube, you'll find it. And we've got a lot of views on that, but he really peels back the onion on real estate investing. We go through a lot of different strategies right there. So check out our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Real Estate, and YouTube channel. We'll be right back with our feel-good story of the day. 10-year-old boy and family friend cleaned snow off 80 hospital workers' cars during a storm. Stay with us.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty with your real estate market update for Hillsborough County in Tampa Bay. Residential listings at the end of December 2020 were 2,634 properties active as listings. That is down 2,498 year over year, 2,498 less listings. That's down 48.7%. Coming down and looking at the solds, at the end of December, we had 2,505 properties sold. That's plus 262 sales, plus 11.7%. So the sales are up, inventory's down, 95% absorption rate in Hillsborough County, and a 1.05 month supply, a strong seller's market as well in Hillsborough County. Reach out. We'd love to talk to you if you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. My wife Lindsay and I own a top 1% ranked real estate team with Keller Williams Realty. 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. Also, you can see the website consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com, and we would love to help you win. I'm a certified negotiation expert, and we can help you win in your real estate deals if you're buying, selling, or investing. And of course, tune into our Consumer Quarterback Show, 4 o'clock drive time right here on AM 860 The Answer, FM 93.7 on the FM dial. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Chris Robinson from About Face Cabinetry, talking about real estate investing, alternative options for real estate investing, even homeowners to save half the cost, half the time, and half the mess when it comes to renovations, primarily in the kitchen and bathroom, but so much more outside of that. He's got a great, idea, a lot of great ideas to help you in your real estate deals. And if you're buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. Give us a call on the hotline if you've heard of anything today you'd like more information on. 813-750-0550. Call or text our hotline. It's an off-air number, 813-750-0550. Check out consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Tell me something good.
All right, here's a cool story. 10-year-old boy and his family friend cleaned off snow of these hospital workers. So we're spreading that random act of kindness that we always talk about here. So they were in Rhode Island to show appreciation for the healthcare workers. Last Monday, Abby Meeker and her friend's son, Christian Stone, removed snow off of more than 80 cars at Westerly Hospital. And, quote, Christian wanted to do something good for the nurses about a month ago when it stormed, and he said next time it snowed, he wanted to clean off the cars for the nurses because of COVID, Meeker said. Quote, I told him I would come with him. And I was thinking they've been helping us a lot through this whole pandemic, and I figured, why don't we help them, And Meeker said it was fun. They made it into a game. They said, okay, whenever they hear someone lock their car, the pair would run over and make sure the car was ready and clean off all the snow. And it's been extremely cold. Been extremely fun seeing how happy they get. And he said sometimes they even offered to pay him. He said, nope, we're not doing it for that. We're just doing it for you guys because you're here for us. There's our feel-good story of the day. A couple of awesome kids, a couple of youths, as they would say in that one movie. Yeah, the youths up in, who was that? Pesci, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
A couple of nice youths up there. So, yeah, man. So Chris Robinson's in studio here helping you understand more about your buying decisions, making you more street smart. When it comes to real estate market, we're diving deep. Thanks for the history on that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That history's neat. I love to hear the different real estate stories in the history. But also, like in the future, people have opportunities to buy vacant land, build on the land, buy properties that could be torn down, renovated, and you're seeing dollar per square foot. Now, can you go strictly off dollar per square foot, or is it more detailed than that?
It will be a little bit more detailed than that, especially when you're getting into land properties. If you're wanting to invest in land, it just depends on where that land's at. I'll give you an example. If you're buying a half an acre in West Chase, you're going to spend quite a bit of money. Now, if you're buying a half an acre in Brooksville, you're going to get probably a pretty sweet deal.
Right.
So it does have a lot to do with that. You also want to check with zoning, what you could build, what you can't build, what your setbacks are. You may have a nice, sweet half-acre parcel, but you didn't realize there was a 100-foot easement on the right-hand side of that, that a utility company has a sewer line running through, or things like that. And that's why it's always great to find out and do due diligence with those things as you're looking into it. But for most of us that are in the Bay Area here in Hillsborough County, Pinellas, Pasco, Lakeland, Sarasota, what we try to focus on are, as real estate investors, is you're going to make it before you buy it. You're going to make all your money up front. Before you even sign on the dotted line and putting in your investment and making that happen, you're making your money there.
On the buy side.
On the buy side, that's right. And that's how pretty much most investors should operate. Now, our first-time investors may have already made that mistake, and they got a little gun-shy about it. But I would encourage you, especially as we're getting closer into this new year here, where interest rates are still fantastic, money is still pretty cheap. Getting into something to get you started, whether it's just getting into a rental property or a condo, or checking out Brandon's list of all the properties that are available that are coming up, and finding ways that you can get into something of real estate and value, and then have us as your
a resource.
Just a resource to come in and take a look at it with you, and just take a look and see what we could do for you to save you the money. Maybe you're doing your first flip. Maybe you're out there and you're thinking, wow, this is a lot here. I'm going to have to pull this kitchen out. This cabinet is all rotted out under the sink base. I'd say stop. Hold the presses. We can replace just that cabinet and reface the rest. There are so many great opportunities, and all the opportunities that I talk about in real estate investment, cabinetry, renovations, remodel, these are all coming from personal experience, things that I have dealt with myself personally for 24 years now. Since 1997 when I bought my first flip, 715 Caracas Street. And if you live there, call me.
Chris, let me bring up a point. By the way, we're talking with Chris Robinson about Face Cabinetry. And when you look at the ability for loan, you mentioned cost of funds. You mentioned Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, lowest rates possible.
Got to call Diane.
So what you do is think about this. If you buy it as an owner-occupied property, let's say you're just getting started.
Sure.
If you're an investor already, you're going to get lower loan-to-value, the LTV. Right. So, but if you're an owner-occ, you can still buy a duplex, triplex, or a quad.
You certainly can.
And then now you're living in one side, you're renting out all three. I mean, you can be plus positive in cash flow by 1,000, 2,000. I mean, the numbers really add up in your favor.
I will tell you the one thing that will kill those deals
is
your standard of living.
Right, exactly.
If your standard of living is right. If you're not willing to do that, one of the things that I'd encourage anybody out there, definitely call Brandon at MVP Platinum Realty. You need to get that house sold and maximize those dollars because you got a lot of dollars that are coming in from out of state right now. And if you could go ahead and do that, and then find yourself a place to rent, let the market cool down a little bit. Now you have a little bit more flexibility, but it's going to take somebody that's willing to lower their standards.
Yeah.
Because the price per square foot right now is up here. We got clients that are paying more than what they're asking for. However, to get that, and that's what most clients and consumers need to understand, nobody's going to pay you top dollar if it doesn't look top dollar.
Right. Yeah, the school zones, I mean, that can get you so far.
That's
School zones, employment, centers of employment, those types of things, location, that can get you so far. But when they come in and they walk into, a project, look at these old school cabinets. That's a project. I don't want to take on a top project and pay top dollar for it.
Absolutely. And nobody wants to come in and take down that 1970s BG wallpaper.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's screaming staying alive, man. And, and that stuff's got to come off. And it's
what color is that? Is that the orange? Or is that
like that. It's like that old 70s textured, just like what I grew up on the Bee Gees in the 70s.
The mauve, you got some mauves in there.
Oh, especially those 90s houses that haven't been touched.
Yeah.
Those are the worst, right?
Mauve and gray.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And so the thing about what we like to do is just to be able to get in there and just to chat with you and see what we could do for you.
Yeah.
Rely on our experience at About Face Cabinetry. And we have 4 locations to serve you at aboutfacecabinetry.com. And it doesn't cost you a dime for us to come out. Did you know that there are contractors out there who are charging to come out and actually give estimates right now? They're so busy.
Jeez.
They're just like, I'm going to have to do a $30 trip charge just to come out and give you an estimate. And I'm like, okay, what's that paying for? Your gas? Your lunch on the way there? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So all of our locations, which we are now working on location number 5 and number 6, we're looking to open up in Lakeland here in the summer. And we're also looking to open up in late summer in Bradenton, Sarasota.
Very good.
So we'll have actually 6 locations to serve you better. And we offer all of our services up front with references, written proposals, licensing, and insurance information all up front. So you're going to make an educated decision on what you're going to and who's going to be in your house. And
lots of great feedback too. Lots of great feedback.
Reviews.
He's a drummer at his church. He's a great guy. He's not a hard sales push person. Aboutfacecabinetry.com, the best place to find you.
Yep.
All right.
Aboutfacecabinetry.com.
All right. Good stuff. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. A lot of insight tips there as well from Chris Robinson, aboutfacecabinetry.com. Manny Febre was on the show as well, Febre Frameworks. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community and continue to tune into our show. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram. I mentioned our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Real Estate on YouTube. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Consumer QB.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.